Fans, friends, fellow fantasy footballers, welcome to the third episode of the Rico Suave League Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Dan,
I'm your host, Tommy. This microphone doesn't work.
and let's just get right into it. So let's start off with the scores from last week.
Scores from last week, great question. I got them right here, bud.
Let's do it.
All right. Matchup number one between the newly named Alvin Kamaras. I've heard that name's going to stick for the whole season.
Sounds like a good one.
Yeah, it's all right. Alvin Kamaras versus Brady's Bunch. Crushing defeat for the Alvin Kamaras. 143.7 to 95.5. Wow.
That one hurts, especially after having back-to-back good weeks from the Alvin Kamaras, and then
Yeah.
just, sadly putting up 95 points, one of the lowest actually of the week and one of the lowest of the season. But great job to Brady's Bunch. Wonderful performance. 143 is a great score.
Yeah. Next, we have the RSL game of the week. The Taiwanese Dingleberries versus Mixing It Up.
Yeah, this one was not as close as expected, and actually it's kind of a depressing story here. Mixing it up, putting up 93.8, goes from undefeated to terrible week.
Yeah, worst score in the league.
Yeah.
I know you said that about my score.
I
didn't
just-
realize.
Yeah, we didn't realize how bad. You never
That
expect
was
something like
really
this to
bad.
happen.
Taiwanese Dingleberries did score 125.9 points. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, I just want to offer a formal apology to GM of the Taiwanese Dingleberries because I said he would lose this week and he got angry at me for it, but he wanted to prove me wrong, so good on him. So yeah.
Yeah, well, you deserve it.
Mhm.
Next up was between Darcy Chargy and another new name in the bunch,
Oh,
Hooper
wow.
Hoopers, parentheses, and Fournette, and parentheses.
Mhm.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I really liked the last name. What was that one again? I forgot it already. Oh, Carry On My Wayward Son.
Carry On My Wayward Son. That was a great name.
That was very clever.
I missed that name.
And now
Was
he's
it?
Pooper Hoopers.
Hooper Hoopers.
It's almost as bad as Cheese Dip Mouse Awakes.
Not nearly as funny, though.
Yeah. Anyway.
But that score ended up being 152.7 to 130.7 in favor of Darcy Chargy. Really looking up for that franchise. Yeah, nothing else to say.
I have no words for this team. They can go from 80 points to 152 in a matter of
Very
1 week.
inconsistent.
Yeah, with no trades or anything. So I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Second in my league right now. Just want to put that out there. When everyone thought I
All right,
couldn't,
continue.
when everyone
shut
thought
the
I
fuck up.
Shut
couldn't,
up! You're
Shut
ruining
up.
the podcast.
but don't shit on me when I'm right here and I know I can
Shut up.
outbitch you.
Anyway, Cheese Dip Mouse Awakes
Bitch.
versus the Team of Injury. Want to get into that one for us?
Fuck Darshawn. That was a score of 143.6 to 131.9 in favor of the Team of Injury. Nothing else to say to
Yeah,
that.
it's Cheese Dip Mouse Awakes. It's never an exciting matchup.
Not an impressive game.
Uh,
Then we have probably the closest game of the week, I believe.
Yeah.
Was between Le'Veon Bell as a crybaby and Peepus Room. Sadly, Le'Veon Bell as a crybaby ended up losing that by about 2.6 points, 132.3 to 129.7. Crushing defeat there.
That's a hard loss for my team.
Yeah, a couple of late Sunday games kind of screwed them.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes really showed up and really put Peepus Room over the edge to beat me.
Yeah, really.
So good on him. Speaking of this game, we're actually just going to jump right into the biggest loser of the week,
Ooh.
which is LaShawn McCoy,
Sean McCoy.
putting up 0.1 points for my team after getting 1 yard on 2 attempts and then getting injured.
Yeah, not good.
All he had to do was show up just very slightly this week, and I would have won this week. But of course, he had to get injured, and he's going to get biggest loser of the week. Next up for of the week segments, we have player of the week, Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt.
Someone that we just didn't expect because he's on Cheese Dip Mouse Awakes team. So we never get any.
Not a lot of good stuff coming out of that team, so this is very unexpected.
Yeah, how many points do you have this week?
37.1. He had, let's go over his stats, 86 rushing yards,
Impressive.
which is not that impressive, but pretty good. 55
Okay.
receiving yards, 5 receptions, but here's the kicker, 3 total touchdowns.
That's a lot of touchdowns.
That's a lot.
And then MVP of the week actually goes to Saquon Barkley of Darcy Chargy.
Yeah, as much as we hate their GM, got to give it to his players.
Yeah, Saquon just showed up this week and just gave Darcy Chargers' team just the edge to win.
Yeah.
And yeah, way to go to Saquon Barkley. And now the worst managerial decision.
Bad one.
We're sorry, but this one's going to mixing it up this week for playing Marquise Goodwin and Kenny Galladay over T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah. You know, the only thing that I could think of that happened was he just wasn't paying attention. T.Y. Hilton was marked as playing. He thought he was going to be out for the game. But you gotta, it's still his fault. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta pay attention to your roster. You gotta pay attention who's playing, who's not.
Almost as bad as you know, the Chris Thompson thing last week.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that.
What hurts? All right, let's just jump into statements from all the teams, or from the teams who gave me statements. Which is, let's start with GM of Taiwanese Dingleberries, Jonathan Larson. W. Period. Wasn't a pretty win, but a beaten up, mixing it up. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, you got to work on these grammar, guys.
Grammar
Yeah.
sucks.
So I don't want to say we really beat them. That doesn't fucking. Okay, whatever. The Dingleberries did complete the mission on defeating the undefeated. Yeah, so
This podcast is now sponsored by Grammarly.com. Download Grammarly to help with all your essays and work letters and resumes.
And statements.
Yeah.
Then he goes through his players. I'm just going to do a couple of them.
Mhm.
Gurley still and always will be the best man for this team. Let's give Diggs another disappointing week. Hope he gets over it. No one else is important. Go Berries. Then we have Connor Mullen for mixing it up with his statement. Mixing it up. Congratulations, Taiwanese Bears on the win. That's very nice.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, we were disappointed with our wide receivers' performance and felt like they didn't put us in position to win.
It's his own fault.
Yeah, we are continuing to get healthy and prepare for the Darcy Chargers. Connor Mullen, mixing it up GM. Sent from my iPhone. And then we have the long-awaited, exciting statement from Will Dudas, GM of the Team of Injury. Hello, fellow opponents. Team of Injury GM here. I just wanted to say, love the monthly podcasts. They're weekly. Now let's get down to business. I won this week with my, I can't say that word, James White. You can't use that. Okay.
Yeah, really.
We're all
Gotta
white.
stop using that word.
Yeah. Putting up unreal points once again. Trey Burton also popped off as well and made me harder than a rock. Sexy. All I have to say is Braden is wow. No, all I have to say to Braden is wow. You can make a dog bark faster than a fish can climb a tree. I actually agree with that one. Do you?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I think that's correct.
I was up by 60 points with 2 players left, and then Kareem Hunt decided to show up to the game, covered in oil. They couldn't tackle this man and ended up with an astounding 37 points. Had me shaking in the boots. There's a snake in my boot. From your 3-4 team. Yeah, those were overall really good statements from each team. And just thanks, guys, for writing in. What do we have? We have news for this week.
Ooh.
Amari Cooper traded to the Cowboys. Carlos Hyde traded to the Jags. And Eli Apple, the wrong Eli, from the Giants, traded to the Saints. Really nothing happened this week, just a couple trades.
Yeah.
Doesn't really affect
Starting
anyone.
to get that time of the season.
Yeah, just get ready for that. And now, you want to bring us over to matchups for this next week, this upcoming week?
Oh, it's a doozy. We have some good matchups this week.
Exciting
First,
matchups.
Exciting matchups indeed. The RSL game of the week, self-dubbed by us, because we haven't received word from our graphic designer, John Larson.
Also known as the commissioner.
Also the commissioner, graphic designer, GM of the Taiwanese Dingleberries.
Partial owner of the Twitter.
Male model.
Meme now with that latest picture.
Meme, very good meme.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James lookalike.
Yeah.
Thor from the Avengers.
Thor from the Avengers.
Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Dance enthusiast.
Dance enthusiast indeed. Boy can work it.
Fish lover.
Fish, yeah.
I think I covers him pretty well. You guys know and love him.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah,
Game
right.
of the week.
Game of the week. That would be Taiwanese Dingleberries the aforementioned male model LeBron James lookalike, you know what we said,
Mhm.
versus the Alvin Kamaras. None of those things, which we just said. That's going to be a pretty good game, pretty close game. Both teams going to be projected pretty high. I think it's going to be a shootout between those two teams. I personally will have to go with the Alvin Kamaras to win.
I'm gonna cast my vote to the Taiwanese Dingleberries because I was just, I was proven wrong last week, and I feel bad.
Hmm. Yeah. Next matchup we have is Darcy Chargy versus Mixing It Up. We already heard some trash talk from Mixing It Up over there about Darcy Chargy's shitty team.
And we've heard some trash talk from Darcy Chargy because he's, butted in.
Yeah, he butted in on our podcast. So just for that, I'm gonna have
Hey,
to
what's my
chalk my
record?
vote.
What's my points on the leaderboard? That's all I'm gonna say.
Anyway, the nearly undefeated team, but not anymore as of this week. We're just gonna chalk it up to him just on pure stats here and pure numbers game.
Yeah, we're chalking it up to Mixing It Up.
Yep. All right.
Next, we have the Team of Injury versus Pooper Hoopers, and this is a very interesting matchup.
The first actually of the
Yeah.
brotherly matchups this week.
We have two brotherly matchups this week. Three if you count me and John as brothers. We look kind of alike. Just
We need a better filming studio. Fucking dumbass here all the time. Anyway, yeah, back to this. Whatever. The team of injury is gonna win this week.
yeah, Team of Injury, whatever.
Okay.
Next up, our other brotherly matchup of the week. We have Le'Veon Bell's Crybaby versus Cheese Dip Mouse Awakes. Big brother, little brother. Gonna be another beatdown just like the old times.
Yeah. Whatever, man. Let's just hope for the best. I got myself winning because I like winning.
Yeah, actually, another thing to note about this matchup, Cheese Dip Mousewakes currently projected 65 points, missing three players. Both his wide receivers are either on a bye or injured, and his quarterback is also on a bye, so
Good,
gotta find replacements there.
good news for him though. Half of my players are questionable right now,
Yeah.
and I don't have any backups. So if none of them play, it's gonna be a really fun match to watch actually.
And then our last matchup of the week will be Brady's Bunch versus Peeves Room.
Another brotherly matchup.
Another brotherly matchup. Man, ew.
That's crazy. Anyway,
I think I'm gonna have to cast my vote there to Brady's Bunch on account of he butt fucked me this week.
and I'm actually gonna give it to Peepus Room because I like disagreeing with you sometimes.
You know, this matchup is of the two people that beat us this week.
That should be the
You know what?
RSL sub game.
Fuck
of the
this
week.
matchup. This is the opposite
Yeah.
of the RSL game of the week. Fuck those two teams.
Yeah, fuck those two teams. I hate both of them.
Yeah, they both suck.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
That about wraps this week's podcast up.
Yeah.
We touched on everything I think we needed to, and
I think we did.
I hope that the audio isn't scuffed. We have no idea if it will be. We have a microphone that doesn't work.
I think we're gonna have to sign off on this one.
Yeah. So one more time, fans, friends, and fellow fantasy footballers. I have been your host, Daniel,
I'm Tommy. This microphone still doesn't work.
and this has been the Rico Suave League Fantasy Football Podcast. Thank you.